and we got down to the open zone.
Break the ruler.
You like that, huh?
Hey.
Okay, Ricky Fowler in the open zone, but more importantly, the first caddy ever in the open zone, Joe Scavron. First caddy ever, come on. Okay, so we're going to talk about kind of the risk reward of the golf course. How much of what happens tomorrow is dependent on the wind for you guys and the conditions and choosing what the strategy is going to be?
I feel like just like any links golf course, it's all dependent on what the wind direction is that day. It makes holes play completely different. I mean, you've seen guys on 16, the par 3, have to pull head covers off and hit mid-irons in there. It's dependent on where the wind's blowing, where the pins are, what the leaves are. So I think we've seen winds that we'll potentially see most of the week. I know there's potentially some changes now. A couple of wind directions that have switched as a potential of what they were going to be. But I feel like most of the players should have a pretty good idea of what they're going to do around this place.
So as the caddy, Joe, when you guys get up to holes, and we're going to go ahead and look at the third hole, what's the conversation when you guys are looking at the wind? Let's say the wind switches and you're thinking about maybe going for it. We're going to go ahead and run the third here. So when you're looking at it, talk us through, you've got the yardage book.
Yeah.
The bunkers are where? What's the thought process?
Yeah, for us, the way that we've come up with to play this hole, there's a lot of different options, but we're trying to keep it short of these bunkers here most of the time. So like today with the south-southeast, we'd be trying to land it in here. It'll probably be a 6-iron today to make sure you're taking those out of play. With the south-southeast, for the longer hitters, there is the option that you could try to land it up in here, take your chances with it bouncing over the burn, or some of the guys might even carry the burn. That's probably a little bit too far because you're going to run into some trouble. But right in here, you've got a chance of this hopping over there and getting on the green.
So if you're in a situation where Joe's like, listen, I think we should go for it, and then you're thinking, maybe I don't want to go at, who overrules who?
He's the boss.
He's the boss?
So I just make suggestions.
How much are you willing to kind of really, really force the point? If you really want him to go,
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever had a situation where you're saying, listen, I really think we should go for it here, and he's kind of on the fence? Have you ever talked him into going for it when he didn't want to go for it?
I think most of ours, especially off the tee, we've learned kind of to get it done in the practice rounds. So it's like, hey, if the wind switches here, is this an option? Is this not? I know we've definitely had disagreements out there. I mean, he loves, last week's a perfect example. When he won at Golan, I was trying to talk him out of driver because the two bunkers that are pitch out were in play. And he said, no, I'm going to hit it in between them. And he did it 3 times last week and just striped it right in between them every time he's done it. So, and then there's probably some times where I'm leaning towards him going and he might not be. So it's going to ultimately be up to how he feels and what he's comfortable with, because he's the guy that's got to hit the shot. I'm not hitting any shots.
He's the guy that's got to hit the shot. So we're going to bring your 5-6-iron maybe off this tee and driver if you were going to go for it. So 5-6-iron.
You want to hit both?
Yeah, we're going to hit both.
Okay.
Joe in his caddy position over there immediately goes by the bag.
I'm on the other side, you know.
All right, so 5-iron.
We got 6.
6-iron. So we're going to go kind of at the 200.
Okay.
The shape that you're playing right now, a little draw, a little fade.
Hopefully whatever the shot calls for.
Right.
I typically like to hit it fairly straight. That way I'm in a good position to move it really either way. So it's just a proper release through the ball. The body's turning good. And like I said, then from there, I can move it, hopefully, whichever way I want.
All right, let's go ahead and hit the 6-iron. So trying to end it on the 200 side.
This is tough because we're going the complete opposite way as number 3.
Opposite. We're not going to make it easy for you in the open zone. Come on. Said you like to hit the straight ball.
Well, usually I like to just call the shot after I hit it, and then it looks right. A little heavy, little draw.
All right. All right, so now we'll pull driver out and go ahead and hit driver if you're going to try and go for it. Talk us through the keys on what you're trying to feel and work on with your driver.
I think for the most part, especially when you're out there and maybe going, you know, it's maybe a tighter hole, maybe it's a drivable hole, or trying to get one out there on a par 5 so you can go into. I think for me, the big key is just the first move off the ball and making sure I don't get too quick. Once I get into a good spot, it's full go from there. But taking care of that first half of the swing and making sure you do get in a good spot, I think that's the big key.
All right, so let's go driver. Let's use 250 as the... You want to kind of hold it back up against this breeze, or you want to try and go with it?
Yeah, we'll try and keep it fairly straight. No promises.
So just a little bit left of it.
It's only major championship week.
Looks pretty good.
Pretty straight and just drifting with the wind.
Nice work. Good luck this week. And everybody here wants to give you a lot of congratulations. Took the plunge.
Yeah.
Getting engaged. Ricky Fowler.
Yeah.
Any idea when the wedding's going to be?
Probably sometime later next year.
Joe, any chance of being the best man?
Depends on what kind of clubs we get this week.
Thanks for talking to us. Ricky Fowler.
Excellent stuff there from Ricky Fowler. 9 minutes past 10, he tees off.